concepts you are supposed to know. So set theory, a set is defined as a group of objects known as elements. These objects could be anything conceivable, including numbers, letters, colors, even set themselves. However, none of the objects of the set can be the set itself. Set theory, the basic concepts, set notation. You are supposed to know the set notation. We write sets using braces and then denote them with the capital letters. The most natural way to describe the set is by listing all its members. For example, when A is starting from 1 to 10 numbers means is a set of the first 10 counting numbers or naturals. B is equal to the colors red, blue, green is a set of primary colors. N is equal to 1, 2, 3, etc. is a set of all naturals. And Z is equal to starting from whole numbers, so set of all integers. Under the basic concepts, well-defined set, you are supposed to know what you mean by a well-defined set. A well-defined means it must be absolutely clear that which object belongs to a set and which does not. Some common examples of well-defined sets are the collection of vowels in English alphabets. So this set contains 5 elements, namely A, E, I, O, U. N is equal to 1, 2, 3 is a numbers, is a set of counting numbers or naturals, as we told in the previous slide. And Z equal to, you can say, starting from, we can say all the numbers -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. The set of integers. Under the basic concepts, we know something about set equality. Two sets A and B are said to be equal if and only if both sets have the same and exact number of elements. Here, if and only if means that both parts of the statement A is equal to B and both sets have the exact same elements or interchangeable. For example, 2, 4, 6, 8 is equal to 4, 8, 6, 2 and 2, 4, 6, 8 is equal to 2, 4, 2, 6, 8, 2, 6, 4 and 4. Another example comes from the set of even naturals, which can be described as E is equal to 2, 4, 6, 8. Under the basic concepts, we must know what do you mean by a null set. A very important set is the empty set or the null set, which has no elements, which we denote the empty set by phi, or we can say a closing and opening braces. Note that we could also write, for example, phi is equal to x is the elements of n and x less than 0 or phi. So this is the basic notation as far as a null set is concerned. Under the basic concepts, we must know something about what do you mean by intersection of sets. The intersection of sets A and B denotes as A intersection B is a set of elements common to both A and B. For example, A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and B is equal to 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. The intersection of A and B, that is A intersection B, is simply 2, 4. That is the numbers which are very common to we can write, that is A intersection B, which is not common to we can write. So we have to rule out, we can say, the number which is common, so that we can say, we can say 2, 4. Union of sets. The union of sets A and B written as A union B is a set of elements that appear in either A or B. For example, that is A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and B is equal to 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Then the union of A and B, that is A union B, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10. So we have to write, we can say all the numbers together, which is common, we are supposed to eliminate, of course. Difference of sets. The difference of sets A and B written as A minus B is a set of elements belonging to set A and not to set B. So for example, A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and B is equal to 2, 3, 5. The difference A and B, A minus B is 1, 4. Note that, very important point, A minus B is not equal to B minus A. So now we are coming to, we can say, Venn diagram. So you must know what is, we can say, what is a Venn diagram. Venn diagram, also known as the Euler Venn diagram, is a simple representation of sets by diagrams. The usual depiction makes use of a rectangle as the universal set and circles for the sets under consideration. In CAT and other NBA entrance exams, questions asked from this topic involve 2 or 3 variables only. Therefore, in this topic, we are going to discuss problems related to 2 and 3 variables. Let us take a look at some basic formulas for Venn diagrams of 2 and 3 elements. For example, if n of A union B is equal to n of A plus n of B minus n of A intersection B. N of A union B intersection C is equal to n of A plus n of B plus n of C minus n of A intersection B minus n of B intersection C minus n of C intersection A plus n of A intersection B intersection C, and so on, where n of A is equal to the number of elements in set A. So once you understand the concept of Venn diagram, with the help of diagrams, you don't have to memorize these formulas. So this is very, very important. So once you are able to understand, we can write the concept of Venn diagram. Then with the help of the Venn diagrams, you don't have to memorize these formulas. It is very easy to solve, we can write. If we have understood, we can say the concept. Venn diagram in case of 2 elements. 2 elements is much more easy for you, where X is the number of elements that belong to set A only, and Y number of elements that belong to set B only. Z the number of elements that belong to A and B both, W is the number of elements that belong to none of the sets A or B. From the above figure, it is very clear that n of A is equal to x plus z, and n of B is equal to y plus z, and n of A intersection B is equal to z, and n of A union B is equal to x plus y plus z, and the total number of elements is equal to x plus y plus z plus w. Venn diagram in case of 3 elements, where w is the number of elements that belong to none of the sets A or B or C. The very important tip I am going to tell you is always start filling values in the Venn diagram from the innermost value. This is very important as far as a Venn diagram in case of 3 elements. First kind of problems. In these type of problems, Venn diagram will be given to you and you'll be asked to answer questions based on the given Venn diagram. Take care of the boundaries and do write down the data that is given. For example, consider the following diagram again. Let A, B, and C represent people who like apples, bananas, and carrots respectively. The number of people in A is equal to 10, B is equal to 12, and C is equal to 16. 3 people are such that they enjoy apples, bananas, as well as carrots. 2 of them like apples and bananas. And let 3 people like apples and carrots. Also 4 people are such that they like bananas and carrots. Now answer the following questions. Now the question is, how many people like apples only? The options are A is equal to 2, B is equal to 7, C is equal to 4, and D is equal to 11. Now the answer is, this means that we have to find out the number of people in the A minus, because how many people like only apples only, so we have to subtract the number of people in the sum of AB plus ABC and AC only. So we know that the number of people in A is equal to 10. Also, the number of people in AB is equal to 2, AC equal to 3, and ABC is equal to 3. Therefore, we have the number of people who like apples only 10 minus the sum of AB plus ABC plus AC. So ABC is equal to 2 and AB is equal to 3 and AC is equal to 3. So if you subtract, we can say 10 minus 8 is equal to 2. So now if we come to, we can say the question. So how many people like apples only means the option A, that is 2. Now coming to simple problem. In a college, 200 students are randomly selected. 140 like tea, 120 like coffee, and 80 like both tea and coffee. Now the questions are, how many students like only tea, and how many students like only coffee, and how many students like neither tea nor coffee? How many students like only tea one of tea we can write or coffee, and how many students like at least one of the beverages. We'll take in detail in the next slide. Now that is as far the solution is concerned, the given information may be represented by the following Venn diagram, where T is equal to capital T represents tea and capital C is equal to coffee. So now the number of students who like only tea is equal to 60 as far the diagram is concerned. The number of students who like only coffee is equal to 40. The number of students who like only one of tea or coffee is equal to 60 plus 40 is equal to 100. The number of students who like at least one of tea or coffee is equal to n of only tea and some plus n of only coffee plus n of, we can say, both tea and coffee. So if you sum all these things, 60 plus 40 plus 80 is equal to 180. So the given information may be represented by the following Venn diagram, so that we can answer for this one. Now that is so far we have seen we can write the basic concepts, basic ideas, and we can say that it's a 2 variables and 3 variables as for the GATE examination concern. Now that is we are going to see, we can say, the problems based on what we have studied, we can say so far under the basic concepts. I hope we can say you to some extent we have learned, we can say, what is the basic concepts of set theory and Venn diagram. And that is we have solved, we can say, some simple problems based on the idea. Now that is to incorporate all these things, we are going to solve, we can say, as many problems as possible, we can say, within the stipulated time. Now problem 1, NTPC, TISCO, TISCO and SAIL are represented by. Now that is this problem will be very easy for you, but if you don't know, we can say what is NTPC or TISCO and SAIL, it is slightly difficult because NTPC means National Thermal Power Corporation and TISCO means Tata Iron and Steel Company, and SAIL means we can write Steel Authority of India Limited, of course. And we can say that as far as the products manufacturing is concerned, all the 3 companies are, we can say, different. So that is the explanation, all are different companies. So the answer is option C, because National Thermal Power Corporation is entirely different. Tata Iron and Steel Company is different from, and Steel Authority of India is entirely different. So that is we are going for option C, because all are different companies. Out of the following diagrams, which best explains the relation between Earth, Jupiter, and we can say planet? The options are A and B is equal to A, C is equal to C, and D is equal to D. As you know, we can write all our Earth and Jupiter, or we can say their planets, of course. Both, so if you see the explanation, both Earth and Jupiter are planets. And that's okay. So automatically we can write. So the option is C. So the question is, out of the following diagram, which best explain relation between Earth, Jupiter, and planet? Okay. So Earth and Jupiter are planets. So automatically you can write. The diagram C best explains the relation between Earth, Jupiter, and planet. Though sometimes it will be easy for you, it look like easy, but you have to apply, we can write the concepts in order to solve the problem. Now problem 3, out of the following diagrams, which best explains the relation between compound, matter, and water. We can write. The options are A is equal to D, B is equal to C, C is equal to C, and D is equal to A. So if we closely watch, we can say all the diagrams. Water is a compound, all are we can say matter. So the answer is option A. So if we closely watch, we can say all the diagram. It is very, first of all, in this problem, we can say we have to rule out, we can say all the other possibilities actually. So if we rule out all other possibilities, automatically we'll get the answer, the option A. So as far as this problem is concerned, quite interesting. In a dinner party, both fish and mutton were served. Some took only, we can say, fish, and some only mutton. There were some vegetarian who did not accept either. The rest accepted both fish and mutton. Which one of the following logic diagrams correctly reflects the above situation? So once again I will read, please wait. In a dinner party, both fish and mutton were served. Some took only fish and some only mutton. There were some vegetarians who did not accept either, of course, they won't accept. The rest accepted both fish and mutton. Which one of the following logic diagrams correctly reflects the above solution? Now the options are option A is equal to A, B is equal to B, C equal to C, D is equal to D. Explanation. The circular vegetarian is a separate circle because once if you consider that is your vegetarian means you will be neither take, we can say, fish or mutton. So automatically it is a separate circle. The circle of mutton eaters and fish eaters intersect because some took only fish and only mutton and others took, we can say, both, of course. So all are in a party actually. So only that is vegetarian, we can say some the circle vegetarian is separate circle because they might have taken neither fish or nor mutton. So it's a separate circle. And some we can say the circle mutton eaters and fish eaters intersects because some took only fish and only mutton, others took both. So if you see the diagram very closely, we can see the option A is the correct answer for this particular problem actually. Problem 5. As per the below diagram, which diagram correctly represents the relationship fruits, fish, and eatables? There are 4 diagrams are given. A is equal to small a, B is equal to small c, C is equal to small b, and D is equal to small d. If you see the explanation, fruits and fish are, we can say, independent eatables. So automatically the answer is option B. Option D. So option D is the diagram we can say B. Because we can say fruits, fish, and eatables. Both are eatables we can write. But they are independent eatables, of course. And that's okay. So automatically we can say the option D is the correct answer. The diagram small d. They are coming under, we can say, eatables. But they are independent eatables. So automatically we can say separate circle within the circle, of course. So you can take, we can say option D. The small d represent the actual diagram, we can say, for this particular relationship. Problem 6. As per the below diagram, which diagram correctly represents the relationship? Professionals, doctors, and engineers. So option A, small a diagram. Option B, small b. And option C, small c, and option D, small d. Now, if you see the explanation, if you see that is the problem actually, professional supports are common, and doctors, engineers are, we can say, independent. An engineer need not be a doctor, and doctor need not be, we can say, an engineer. Understood? Okay. This year, nobody can be both a doctor and an engineer, but all engineers and doctors are professionals. Of course, we have understood very clearly. So that the out circle contains two non-intersecting circles. So once again, the option D, that means we can say the diagram which represents, we can say, the small d, which is the correct answer for this particular problem, which is more or less equal to, we can write the previous one. Because if you see the problem, sometimes it will be easy for you to, we can write as far as if you look at the problem, but you have to apply, we can say, logically the correct concepts in order to understand, we can write, in order to solve or to understand, we can say, the questions. Because as far as this problem is concerned, both are professionals, but we can say nobody can be both doctor and engineer. So automatically we can write, we can rule out other things, of course, and we can arrive at, we can say, the option D is the correct answer. Problem 7. As per the below diagram, which diagram correctly represents the relationship between sisters, mothers, and nurses? Option A is equal to small a diagram. Option B is equal to small b. And option C is equal to small c. And option D is equal to small d. Sisters can be both mothers also. Mothers can be nurses. And nurses can be sisters also. So all of them have a common region, can be all of them, 3 also. Now if you see the answer, we can write the option B. That means the diagram which is represented by, we can say, small b is the correct answer. So once again, I'll read out the explanations. Sisters can be mothers also. Mothers can be nurses. And also nurses can also be sisters. So it's a common one. So that is all of them have a common region, can be all the 3 also. So the diagram which is denoted by, we can say, small b is the correct answer. Problem 8. As per the below diagram, which diagram correctly represents the relationship? Paper, napkins, and white objects. The options are A is equal to small a, B is equal to small d, and C is equal to small c, and D is equal to small b. Now if you take the explanation, napkins can be made up of a paper, napkins can be white, paper can be white, and all these 3, there is a commonality with each other. So the answer is option D. That means the diagram which represents, we can say, the small b is the correct answer. So once again, I'll read out the explanation. Napkins can be made up of paper. Napkins can also be white. Paper can be white. All the 3, there is a commonality with each other. So that can very easily find out, we can say, the answer is option D. That means the diagram which is denoted by B is the correct answer. Problem 9, quite interesting. Study the following diagram and choose a region that best represents the relation. Peons who are government employees but not +2. The options are A is equal to small a, and B is equal to small g, and C is equal to small f, and D is equal to h. Now that is, if you see the option, we can write the option B, that means G. So if you take, we can write, that is a problem, we can, that is, if you clearly watch this one, study the following diagram and choose a region the best represents the relation peons or government employees, but not +2. So government employees means peons which are coming under this category X, E and H, so that we cannot take, we can E and H because they are +2. So we are asking, that is the question is asked, we can say the peons were only government employees, not +2. So the option B, which represents, we can say the small g, is the correct answer. Now problem coming to problem number 10. In the following figures, circles A represents actors, B represents comedians, and C represents singers. Answer the following based on the below diagram. Comedians are neither singers nor actors. So it's quite interesting. That is, the options are A is equal to 1, B is equal to 5, and C is equal to 3, and D is equal to 2. The explanation is 5 belongs to comedians exclusively, because if we have, we can say comedians are neither singers nor actors. If we take, we can say number 2, then it is coming under actors. If we take number 3, then it will come under, we can write singers. And if you take number 1 also, it will be coming under all the 3. So the question is very, very precise. The comedians neither singers nor actor means we have to rule out all the other numbers. For example, 2, 1, 3, it is ruled out. So comedians, we can write neither singers nor actor is only 5. So the option is B, number 5. Problem 11. In a given diagram, circle A represents teachers who can teach philosophy. Circle B represents a teacher who can teach chemistry. And circle C represents who can teach music. Among the regions marked P, Q, R, etc., the one which represents teachers who can teach philosophy and music, but not chemistry. Once again, I'll read out the problem. In the given diagram, circle A represents teachers who can teach philosophy. Circle B represents teacher who can teach chemistry. And circle C represents who can teach music. Among the regions marked P, Q, R, etc., the one which represents teachers who can teach philosophy and music, but not chemistry. The options are A is equal to small u, B is equal to small b, and C is equal to small s, and D is equal to small t. The explanation is the portion common to, we can say, A and C, that is u. Because the question is, among the regions marked P, Q, and R, one which represents teachers who can teach philosophy and music, but not chemistry, of course. Understood? So that is, we'll have some kind of confusions, whether to take small t, V, or S, but they are coming under, we can write. Only we can say it is asked philosophy and music, not chemistry actually. So only we can say that is, which is common to, we can write A and C is known as U. So the option is A, that is the region which is represented by U is the teachers who can teach both philosophy and music, but not chemistry. Problem number 12. In a given diagram, circle stands for educated and square for lazy, triangle for urban, and rectangle for honest people. Different regions in the diagram are numbered from 2 to 13. Study the diagram, choose the correct answer. So once again, in a given diagram, circle stands for educated, square for lazy, triangle for urban, and rectangle for honest people. Different regions in the diagram are numbered from 2 to 13. Study the diagram, choose the correct answer. So the options are A. Some honest people are also lazy and are educated. B. Uneducated people are either honest or lazy. And option C. All educated people are urban. And D. No person in urban, educated, honest, and lazy. So the diagram seems to be, we can say, a little bit complicated, but if you apply logically and if you closely watch and understand, we can say the options are, it will be easy for you. Now, as far as the explanation is concerned, all points outside the circles are either in the triangle or outside. So option A is the correct answer. Some honest people are also lazy and are educated is the correct one. Now problem 13. In a given diagram given below, the rectangle represents men, triangle represents clerks, and circle represents graduates. Which number represents men who graduates and clerks? So I'll repeat the problem once again. Please listen. In a given diagram given below, rectangle represents men, triangle represents clerks, and circle represents graduates. Which number represents men who graduates and clerks? The options are A is equal to 2 and B is equal to 1, C is equal to 10, D is equal to 6. The question is, which number represents men who graduates and we can say clerks? So men is represented by, we can say, triangle. Who graduates means, so that is only one option is given, the option B. So the region is common to all the three, we can say. So the question is, which number represents men who graduates and we can say clerks? So the region common to all the three is 1. So hence the option B is the correct answer as far as problem number 13 is concerned. Now problem number 14, coming to this one. In the following diagram, circle represents politicians, the rectangle represents criminals, and triangle represents MPs. Once again, in the following diagram, circle represents politicians, rectangle represents criminals, and triangle represents MPs. Based on the above figure, answer the following. The question is, the MPs who are not criminals and politicians are represented by. Now that is carefully watch, we can see the diagram. MPs, or we can say the following diagram, the circle represents politicians, rectangle represents criminals, and triangle represents MPs. Based on the above figure, answer the following. The MPs who are not criminals and politicians are represented by. The options are A is equal to 1, B is equal to 2, and C is equal to 3, and D is equal to 4. So now the explanation is only 1 because 3, 2, and 4 are coming under criminals. So the option is A. So the option is, we can say A, that is 1 because 3, 2, and 4 are coming under criminals. And okay, so this is what how to choose. We can say we can rule out. We can say the other possibilities as far as this particular problem is concerned. Now coming to problem number 15. In the following figure, the boys who are athletics and are disciplined and are indicated which number. So the option A is equal to 1. The option B is equal to 2. Option C is equal to 6. And option D is equal to 10. So rectangular, we can say girls. Sorry, triangles are girls. Rectangular boys. Circle is, we can say, athletics. And perfect square is known as, we can say, disciplined. So in the following figures, boys who are athletics and are disciplined. So boys means you have to take only, we can say, rectangle. And then athletics means circle we have to take. And our discipline means which is coming under, we can say, square. So it is very clear that we can see, if we closely watch, we can see the diagram. One by one, we have to rule out as far as this diagram is concerned. So that as far as this problem is concerned, the option is we can write B. So the correct answer is, we can say, 2, because we can rule out all the other possibilities, for example 10, 6, 7, 4, etc., etc. So that is quite interesting, easy to locate. We can say, if you have understood, we can say the basic concepts. So in the following figure, the boys who are athletics and are disciplines are indicated which number means. It is exactly the option 2. This is also quite interesting. Sometimes in the problem they will give you, we can see the diagram. Sometimes they will give you, we can say, only the theoretical aspects. You have to draw the diagram and find out, we can say, whether it's a 2 variable or a 3 variable. Coming to this one, the diagram given below represents those students who play cricket, football, and we can say kabaddi. The options are P plus Q plus R, that is option A. The option B, V plus T. The option C, S plus T plus V. And option D is, we can say, yes. Study the diagram and identify the students who play all the 3 games. So now you have to find out, we can say, all the 3, because the options are A is equal to P plus Q plus R, and B is equal to V plus T, and C is equal to S plus T plus V, and D is equal to only yes, of course. Study the diagram and we can say identify the students who play all the 3 games. So if you see the Venn diagram, it's a 3 variable only. So if you see, we can say all the 3 means, because the students who play, we can say cricket, football, and kabaddi, we can say all the 3. So that is represented by the symbol yes. So as far the explanation is concerned, so S indicates those students who play all the 3 games. See, the option is D. D is the correct answer. Yes. So the capital letter S represents the students who play, we can say cricket, football, and kabaddi, we can write. Now this is quite interesting. We can say it's of a gate question. Normally we can say they'll be asking, we can say either the diagram is given means it is quite easy, but if theoretically it is given means, then we are supposed to draw the diagram and we can find out, we can say the solution. This problem is quite interesting. It's a previous gate question. It has been asked, we can write. Please watch carefully or listen carefully. In a college, there are 3 student clubs. 60 students are only in the drama club. The 80 students are only in the dance club. 30 students are only in the math club. Of course, it is very clear. 40 students are both drama and dance clubs. 12 are, we can say, both in dance and math clubs. And 7 are, we can write drama and math clubs. 2 students are all in the clubs. Now the question is, now if you ask, we can say those are only drama means we can very easily find out. Only in maths means it's very easy to find out. Only in dance means we can very easily find out. But the question is, it's a typical question. If 75% of the students in the college are not in any of these clubs, then the total of students in the college is, they asked. So carefully watch. If 75% of the students in the college are not in any of these clubs, then the total number of students in the college is, so the option is 1000. Option B is 975. Option C is 900. The option D is equal to 225. Now carefully watch, we can write how we are going to solve this problem. Now that is, first you have to find out, we can say P, that is A union B union C, is equal to P of A plus P of B plus P of C minus P of A intersection B minus P intersection C and P of C intersection A plus P of A intersection B intersection C. The total number of students belong to at least one club, that is P of A union B union C is equal to, that is 60, that is P of A plus P of B is equal to 80, P of C is equal to 30, and we have to subtract, we can say that is 40 minus 2 plus 12 minus 2 plus 7 minus 2 plus 2. So that is, the total number of students belong to at least one club is equal to P of A union B union C, that is equal to 225. And this is 25% of the total number of students. So it has been asked, we can say, that is, if you see the previous slide, if 75% of the students in the college are not in any one of these clubs, then a total number of students in the college. So this particular value we can write, it is 225. Is it 25% of the students, number of students we can, this is the 25% total number of students. Since 75% do not belong to any club, we have to find out, we can say, that is what is the 75%. So 225 divided by 25 into 100 will give 9 into 100 is equal to 900. So the option is C. That means for this particular, we can write the question. If 75% of the students in the college are not in any one of these clubs, means then the total number of students in the college is, the option C, 900. It is okay. So this is we have to practice, we can say, as many problems as possible. Then only we can say it is quite familiar for you. Then you have to apply the logic and the basic concepts what you have learned in the previous slides, so that you can apply, you can find out. Now next, problem 18. How many persons can speak all the languages as far the diagram is concerned? The options are A is 1, B is 8, and C is equal to 12, and D is none of the above. So explanations. There is no such person who can speak all the languages as far the diagram is concerned. So the option is D. So none of the above we can write is the correct answer, because how many persons can all the languages means there is no such possibilities available as far the diagram is concerned. So this option is D, none of the above. Now problem 19. Now how many persons can speak English, Hindi and Telugu? So this also the options are given. Option A is equal to 8. Option B is equal to 2. Option C is equal to 7. Option D, you can say none of these. So as far as the diagram and explanation is concerned, the number of persons who can speak English, Hindi and Telugu is, we can say 2. The option is B. So if we closely watch, we can see the diagram. So it has been asked, we can say how many persons can speak English, Hindi and Telugu, all the 3. So all the 3 means you have to find out, we can say the innermost one. So the innermost one is, we can say 2. So the option is, we can say B, and the number we can write how many persons can speak English, Hindi and Telugu means automatically we can find out it is 2. Now coming to the last problem. In the following figure, small square represents the persons who know English, triangle to those who know Marathi, big square those who know, we can say Telugu, and circle to those who know Hindi. The different regions of the figures from 1 to 12 are given. How many persons can speak English and Hindi and both the languages? So we have to, if you watch clearly, we can say the diagram. So the answer is option A. So only we can say 5 students, 5 persons can speak English and Hindi in both the languages. So as far as this problem is concerned, so we have to be extremely careful in ruling out, we can say, other possibilities as for the diagram. The diagram seems to be a little bit, we can say, confusing sometimes, but if we closely watch and you have to rule out, we can say, other possibilities, we can narrow down, we can say, the answer, and we can very easily, we can say, find out, we can say, the answers. So that is, as far as this problem is concerned, only 5 students we can write, 5 persons can speak English and Hindi and both the languages we can write. So the option is A. The correct answer is 5. So thank you for attending this class. I hope we can write, you might have understood, we can say the basic concept as far as the set theory and Venn diagram is concerned. So once if you practice, we can say as many problems as possible so that it will be more familiar for you, because as far as any competitive examination, they'll test you, we can write the depth of knowledge. We cannot expect, we can say, much easier problems. The problem we can say sometimes, if you see, we can say in the surface level, it will be easy. But if we go to the grassroots level, it will be quite interesting and tough, we can write. So by understanding, we can write the basic concepts and the basic idea, etc., the fundamentals. And if we apply, we can say it is very easy to solve this set theory and Venn diagram. So thank you so much for attending this class. I hope we can say to some extent you might have understood, we can write what do you mean by set theory and Venn diagram and the problems we have seen. So thank you so much.